Hello viewers, this is Leva Buhay. Today it's middle of November 2020. I am here in this forest to take my walk, and at the same time maybe I can find some chanterelles. And today I have my basket. We'll see if we will find some, or else I usually do this thing, terrain hiking, because as you see it's kind of terrain here. It's rocks and you have to go up, and it's a very good way of exercising actually. You get the therapy of the nature. Just smells the trees. It's so peaceful. You just hear, later on when I'm inside the forest, I can only hear the birds, wind blowing, and I only see the greens, which is very good. A very good way of relieving your stress in this stressful world of your work and everything. This is really very good. So follow me and we will be hiking. Doing your video when you don't have anybody. I wish I have someone, you know, someone beside me or following me and taking the video. Maybe Bonita can be here in Sweden. Witty Bonita, come to Sweden. So you will come with me and pick some mushrooms. But anyway, I'll take it easy. Just take a walk and watch a little bit. And it is very important that when you do this thing, you have to be careful. You have to have very good shoes, because it's kind of, you know, slippery on the rocks. And your hiking shoes are really good because they can really, you know, they are not slippery. So there it is. You see far from behind, that is a lake. That is a big lake where me and my kids used to swim when they were small. But you know, when they get bigger, they change their interest and all this thing. They totally change. So it's like that. Isn't it amazing? Watching all that, the water and the forest meets, and it's just very relaxing. And I will do like that. So I will be walking in that area. I had been here for almost a lot of times. Even when my kids were small, we always have this place like a hiking place. Take some chocolates, some sandwiches, and it's kind of a very good family activity, you know, because taking your kids out in the woods are actually very good for them, especially when they are very active. It's so good to have them here in this very peaceful world of a little forest, you know. So as you see, it's a different view when it's fall, or what we call autumn. It's because it's only the pine trees that remain standing with the leaves. The rest of the trees, like the birch trees and all other kinds of trees here, the leaves are already on the ground, but they will be alive again and having their beautiful leaves when the spring comes. So it's like that. How will I go? I have to be careful that I go on the sides where it is not a lot of, so it looks like that. It looks like that. Anyway, and like that. So I have a lot of memories in this forest with my small kids. Like the whole family, we usually come. So now I will start to look for mushrooms. I'm a little bit on the top, halfway on the top, and here you will see the beauty of it. There are the houses. If you look, if I will put it quite near, it's actually a lot of houses that are just on the other side. Very big houses. And as you see, they have darker colors because here in Sweden it's very common that people will build as much as possible they want to be very near trees, the nature, and at the same time they use color, exterior color to their house that will almost like make a camouflage of the nature. So as you see there up, it's a lot of big houses. There are even houses there that are colored black. A lot of them are like dark gray and light gray, and so that's what I said. It looks like you are in the countryside, but actually you are just very near the capital city of Sweden, which is Stockholm, and it's only like 20-25 minutes to drive. So that area there is the opposite of this nature reserve or this forest that I am taking my walk now. And there you see a church. It's in that church I live very near that, opposite to that church. That's where I live. That is a Protestant church. So it's kind of, today it's kind of cloudy, and it's very common here in Sweden when it's fall or autumn. We have a lot of rainy days and cloudy days, and this is the time where mushrooms loves to grow. They like it when it rains a lot, almost every day, and it's just moist on the ground. So now I will continue my hiking, and maybe I can find some chanterelles. After a quite long walk, and I know the places where those mushrooms usually grow, so I know already which part. I'm not taking video of all the places that I go because it will take very long time. It can take, you know, an hour to two. So here, as you see, those are the funnel chanterelles. They look like that. So when you go to the forest here, you know, you have to just be patient. No patience, then you will go home empty-handed. So it's like that. They are available in supermarkets, but these are not chips. These are not cheap because they will cost you around 250 Swedish crowns per kilo, and 250, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, $25 a kilo. And me, I never buy it. I go and pick them. I go and hunt them. Why? Because first, it's free for me. Second, it's my exercise. Third, it's my therapy. And it's a very effective therapy because I take a walk, quite a long walk, and then I know exactly where they grow. So I just go to the area where they grow and pick. And then I take a walk again and go again to another area, because I went around this whole forest for I don't know how many times already. And it's the best exercise, you know. Now I'll put them into my basket. And before, if it's plenty of them, you know, like there are no other people who came yet, it means, and when you find one, look around, because if you find a group of them, it means they are growing exactly on the same area. And every year you go in the same area and they are there growing. So as you see, they look so nice. Yeah, some people wonders what you do with them when it's like you have plenty of them. Well, these funnel chanterelles, you can dry them. But the yellow chanterelles, what we call the gold in the forest here, you cannot dry them. But the good thing with these funnel chanterelles is that you can actually dry them and you can store them for how long as you want. So it's just like that. And I don't know, I just love being in the forest. And today it's kind of windy, so you have to look around and you can really find them like that. And yeah, some people think that they don't grow anymore when it's December. Well, of course, if it's a kind of December where it's a lot of snow, then you don't find them. But it seems that this year is quite very mild, because now it's already in the middle of November, but still it's kind of warm. It's not that cold. So my first batch of funnel chanterelles, and some of them I will dry, some of them we can already consume. So it's a kind of hobby, this one, that is very good for your health. You get some free chanterelles that the nature offers, and at the same time I get a lot of exercise. So some people are asking me if I go to the gym, how I maintain my being, you know, slim. Well, it's this. If there's somewhere in your place where there's something like this, then go on hike even once a week, and I will tell you, hiking in a terrain is really very good. And it's because it takes a lot of your energy to go up and down into the woods, and uneven area. Like if you do like that, it's kind of hill, and then you go down and then you go up again, and that takes a lot of your energy. And at the same time, it's very friendly to your knees, especially if you're not so young anymore like me. In making this video, I'm 49 years old, and you can see the difference. You really need to move your body. You really need to train your knees, or else you will have your knees weaker and weaker as time goes by. So this kind of exercise in the forest, where if you see like this, if you go into them, they are soft. So this walking in the forest is really good. It's because the surface is very soft, and if you walk in a soft surface, even how long you walk, your knees will be fine. But if you take a jog, you run, you walk a lot in the area where it is like a cement, a concrete, an asphalt, they are quite hard, and they are not friendly to your knees, and they are not actually good for your knees. So walking in the forest with this very soft surface is really very friendly to your knees. So here I'm standing here now on top of this forest, and as you see there, it's more houses down there, and it's just so amazing. And I will make you, so as you see, this is very common in Sweden. Almost like more than 70% it's forests, it's woods, it's a lot. It's not a big population in Sweden, and they have a lot of forests everywhere. That is why Swedes loves to live quite near the forest. And if I will see, oh, that is really very windy, you know. Look, the wind is quite stronger actually. It looks like that. And if you look at it, you will feel like, oh, it is in a mountain of Sweden. No, it is not actually. That's what I said. From this area, this forest where I stand now, it's actually, I only took a walk for like 10 minutes from my house. 10-15 minutes. And there is another lake. We are surrounded by lakes. There's a lot of lakes in Sweden everywhere. Even if you are in the city, it is a lot of lakes. And that is the thing I love in Sweden, is because the nature is amazing. So as you see, the houses are there, and if you look at these houses there, where it's woods around them, it's beautiful trees, and it's a body of water, that will make your house cost more. So a house here that is very near the lake and quite big and very near, you know, the nature, very near, and at the same time it's near the bus station and all this thing, I can tell you it can cost a lot of millions. It can cost around 15 and above Swedish kronor, 15 million Swedish kronor. How much is it? 15 million, it's, I don't know, 1 million is like, in US dollars, I don't know how much is it. So that is like that. Now I will continue my hunting of chanterelles. So here I found again a group of chanterelles, and as you see, if you're not so careful and really watching very well, you don't see them, you will miss them. So you have to be careful when you walk, and you will really, you know, look around, because they are just there hiding, and normally they will kind of camouflage into the color of the dried leaves on the ground. That is the thing. Some people think, my sister, she doesn't like being in the forest. She never pick up chanterelles. It's only me doing it. And when I said to her, oh, by, you know, on Monday, because I don't work on Monday, so as you look at it, it's like that. Isn't it nice? It's just so nice, you know. I usually, they love, a lot of people here in Sweden, they love to eat these chanterelles, and they buy it in stores, and they are expensive. They are much more expensive than the fish. And of course, because it's not a lot of people who likes to go in the woods. But me, as what I said, I love it. I like being here. It's so peaceful, and it's my way of putting out my stress, letting out my everyday stress. And tomorrow I have to go to work, and so today I decided I have a lot of things to do in my house. To all my friends here in YouTube, I'm really sorry if sometimes I can never, like, you know, reply to you immediately. And it's because there are times I came from work and I'm really very tired, and sometimes I just want to lie down and, you know, just sleep and take a rest. But as much as I have time, I really try my best to watch your videos and make my very nice comments. So as of now, I have those chanterelles in my basket. I will continue to take a walk, and then if I find again, I will find again a group of these lovely chanterelles, and I will take a video again. Try to finish this video because from time to time, while I am, you know, looking for these chanterelles and picking and all this stuff, I also share some very nice thoughts. So I will continue to walk, and sometimes I stop from time to time, and it's when I will find some chanterelles. So I will take a walk on this side. So as you see, it's kind of big area. If I will, you know, go around the whole area, maybe it will take me like a whole day, but I don't have my whole day. So as you see, it's just so nice. Walking on this surface is just so nice on my knees. I don't feel anything on my knees. Your knees will really be very thankful walking, even if you walk the whole day in this area. And it's because it's the surface is a lot of moss on it, and it's very, very good for your knees, and it's really very nice. As of now, it's kind of quite warm on a November, because 4 years ago our November was really quite cold. Not quite, but it was really cold. We got a minus 15 degrees Celsius. We use degrees Celsius here in Sweden, not Fahrenheit. We had like minus 15, and normally the degrees Celsius, it's kind of double the Fahrenheit. So it's 15 degrees Celsius negative, and that was cold, you know. For me, minus 15 is cold, but if you live in the north part of Sweden, there it can be really cold. You can have like a minus 30 degrees. So here we can only have the highest for like minus 15, but it will only take quite short time. It will not take, you know, the whole winter. So I will continue to go, and I have to be careful. So now I find again a group of them, and as what I said, if you're just following in this video, you will really see a lot. And here I found again a bunch of them, so I'll take them. Oh, they are already, some of them are like, you know, eaten by some kind of, so I will just take the ones that are not being eaten. There are some insects that is like that. They love to eat it too. So it's not only people actually who are coming and picking. Some insects, they love it too. Even some animals here in the forest. So when you find, that's what I said, I found that bunch. And here again, two very cute ones. This one is totally untouched, so it's like that. And that's what I said, when you found a group, continue and they will grow. There's more growing on that area. So this area, it's the same area last year and 2 years before, and you know, it's the same area where they grow. And so it's more like a very good exercise that I go a little bit and then I will find again and go a little bit again, and then I will find again. And from time to time, so it's just like that. When you hunt some mushroom, it will not like you go in a place and then immediately you feel you will, you know, fill up your basket. No, it's not. Take a walk. So it's a kind of very good exercise, because you can really take a walk around the forest, and then you find again. So when you found them, that is kind of your rest, your pose. It's a kind of, so here as you see, it's sad because like this, they were already eaten of the kind of animals or insects, and well, we share the blessings in the forest. They need it too, because as what I said in my other videos before, it's a lot of vitamin D. And if you live in a country like Sweden where it's cold in the winter, you need a lot of vitamin D. It's, if you live in a country where it's always, you know, you always have the sun every day, then you get a lot of vitamin D from the sun. But here, if it's winter, you cannot have it. It's because you are covered with your thick jackets. Everything is covered because it's cold. So you have to take some. I have some vitamins that has a vitamin D content on it. And at the same time, I try to eat mushrooms as much as I can, because they are a very good source of vitamin D, especially the wild mushrooms. The mushrooms that are being, you know, produced, being planted, because there are people who are, there are countries who are producing mushrooms, but they have it like inside an area where it has artificial lights. Then I don't know, those kind of mushrooms, I don't think you can get a lot of vitamin D from them. But the wild mushrooms, they are really very good for vitamin D. And that is good for you. So I think I had picked those ones. Now I will continue to go around. So now I'm sitting here, and because after a long walk and hunting of chanterelles, I deserve my brioche sandwich, and I have in my small thermos cappuccino. So that's what I usually do. As what I can say, I didn't get a lot of the mushrooms, and which normally doesn't happen, but I really see the difference this year, because this is the first mushroom season when the pandemic comes, and I can see that a lot of people, instead of going into the cities, going around into the boutiques, into the crowd of people in the big cities, I can see that they go now a lot in the forest, in the woods, and I can see the result, because normally it's a lot of mushrooms here, but as of now it's kind of, you know, after the weekend, I think a lot of people had been here and had been picking mushrooms, because I had been to the areas where I usually pick up mushrooms, and I can see that it's a lot of people had already been picking. You know, today is Monday, so I'm sure the Saturday and Sunday there were people coming here, and now families and people go around much more because of this pandemic. So I can see the result. But anyway, what is more important is that I'm outside and I enjoyed being here with this peaceful place. And normally I have with me a sandwich and some kind of drinks. I usually take either a chocolate drink or a coffee, or today I took with me a cappuccino, and then I just sit here and take a pause. And it's just so nice. When you take the walk, you really feel warm. You almost want to take off your jacket, but normally I don't do it, because when I take a pause and you know, you get cold when you're just like now I'm sitting. But anyway, thank you so much for being with me, for following me in this vlog. I hope I don't bore you or something, and see you again next time. This is Liva Buhay. This is Evelyn of Liva Buhay, and I'm telling you, I will now drink my cappuccino and eat my sandwich, and after that I will go back to my home and, you know, do the household chores. So tomorrow I'm ready for my work, and it was very good doing this. You can really feel the difference. You feel the difference of it. See you around next time, and take care everybody. Bye bye.